The next presentation is by TNT Express.
Dear Jerry, ladies and gentlemen, I would have loved to be with you today. Something unexpected retained me in Europe, so please accept my deepest apologies. Today, my team is going to present to you why and how operational research has played a key role in the evolution of our company. We have started 7 years ago what we call the Global Optimization Program. That program has delivered enormous benefits in terms of cost savings, in terms of better service for our customers. My team will represent this, I'm sure, with high professionalism, as they always do, and maybe more importantly, with great enthusiasm. I wish them good luck, and thank you.
TNT Express delivers 4.7 million parcels, documents, and pieces of freight each week to over 200 countries. We maintain a highly complex global network that our customers rely on every day. You could say, logistics is in our heart. How have we managed to optimize this global network? What do we do to reduce costs in operations and improve decision-making throughout the supply chain? By creating a unique and scientifically grounded optimization program, we have involved our operations people from all over the globe. The program combines knowledge and experience with operation research techniques and gives TNT Express the chance to outperform itself, to save millions of euros, reduce CO2 emissions, and through its unique learning platform, really embed operations research into the heart of TNT Express. GO program. Developing, optimizing, saving, and learning.
Good morning. My name is Chris Goossens, and I'm the Managing Director for Global Networks and Operations in TNT Express and a Management Board member. I am very proud to be here and to present to you the GO program, where GO stands for Global Optimization. It's our worldwide optimization program based upon the idea of using quantitative techniques in our business. Our company operates in a highly complex business environment with many daily challenges while serving our millions of customers. First of all, our industry is highly volatile. Some of our clients have very strong peaks in product distribution. Another challenge is the increasing impact of government regulations. For example, driving time restrictions can vary across different European countries. And finally, our customers ask us to operate within extremely tight service agreements. As a result of reconfiguring their own supply chain, they demand flexibility, which presents us with interesting challenges like shifts from air to road transport. As a company, we have always excelled at customer service. This carries, of course, an obvious cost implication, which our customers are beginning to challenge more and more. This brings me to the core of the GO program. It has always been one of my personal ambitions to reduce unit cost. It's my belief that while maintaining the same level of customer experience, you can do this. For TNT, past mergers in Europe have resulted in multiple ways of working. We harmonized these processes while still respecting country-specific regulations. We increased our agility to respond more effectively to the environment in which we operate. 7 years ago, Marco and Hein came up with the initiative of using a much more scientific approach to achieve this. This was a breakthrough to enhance and accelerate our fact-based decision-making. The GO program was successful from the start, and it has evolved around three main pillars. The first is our extensive suite of optimization solutions, which Hein will focus on later in the presentation. Secondly, we've set up communities of practice, so internal and external experts across the globe can come together to share best practices and set out the requirements for new solutions. And thirdly, we created the Go Academy, where we train our people and absorb optimization knowledge into the veins of our organization. I am really proud to announce that the Go program delivered accumulated savings of €207 million in the last 4 years alone. Naturally, we always want to achieve more, and I'm confident that we will do so in the near future. A landmark of the Go program was 2008, when TNT Express faced major challenges as a result of the financial crisis. Hein Fleuren will explain how operation research helped us to increase our agility. And let me now first show you a video about the face of these challenges.
See that the volumes are starting to drop.
The transport sector will definitely have to come up with an answer.
Good morning. At the end of 2008, TNT Express was experiencing a strong decline in volume, which required immediate action. Marie-Christine, our CEO, personally requested me to clear my agenda for 4 weeks and to develop a new air supply chain model. It was my goal to investigate the implications of redesigning the air network by downsizing the number of airports. The challenge was to drastically reduce cost with a minimal impact on service. And this led to the first version of the Go Delta tool. To explain the air supply chain, let's use the example of a consignment from Aalborg in Denmark to Bilbao in Spain. And suppose our customer chooses a next day delivery of 9 a.m. After placing the request, a van is dispatched to collect the consignment in the afternoon. And once it reaches the depot, the parcel is sorted and assigned to air transportation. It's then driven to the airport in the early evening by an air feeder van. The parcel is flown to Liège in Belgium, and that's the European hub for express consignments. More than 100,000 parcels are sorted here within a 2-hour period. After being sorted, the parcel is flown to Vitoria, where it's picked up by a van and taken to the depot in Bilbao. And delivery to the customer takes place early in the morning by another van driver. And thereby, the consignment has reached its destination. In the total air network, each evening, aircraft depart from airports across Europe. They arrive in Liège with at most 3 stops, which also applies for the returning aircraft. The routes to and from the air hub, they don't have to be the same. And the planning problem is to determine the lowest cost schedule for all aircraft. But we have to ensure that all the goods are transported within the strict time windows. We can select the types of aircraft from the 40-strong fleet. And they range from small 146s to large 757s from Boeing. And they are indicated by different colors on the slide. Each of these aircraft has different fixed and variable daily cost. And in addition, a number of practical considerations must be taken into account, like, for example, airport night closures and runway restrictions in Liège. The runway restrictions has a considerable impact on the schedule because the average landing time between two aircraft is 3 minutes. Therefore, a minimum of 120 minutes is required to land or take off all 40 aircraft. The underlying air model in Delta is built on the models used in the express industry, but it is tailored towards TNT Express. The solution approach which we adopted is to explicitly generate all paths to and from the Liège hub. And the path is here an ordering of airports that, given all the time restrictions and night closures, can be visited by a type of aircraft. Due to the limited rights at airports, we have in general a maximum number of allowed visits. And we use this information in a clever way to construct extreme composite variables, but without having to explicitly generate all combinations. We then use a mixed integer program to select the optimal composites. And looking at the literature, we have the most complete model concerning all kinds of practical constraints. Our runtime to generate 15,000 composites and solving the resulting model is about 40 to 60 seconds. It is important to ensure that the air network fits in with the air feeder departures and arrivals to and from the depots. Fortunately, this is a softer constraint, as the Delta model allows us to play a little bit with the depot departure and arrival times. And in this supply chain, we have incorporated the pickup and delivery effect of arriving later or earlier. To give an example that can be seen on the slide, if we arrive later, we have less time for delivery, which means that we have more rounds, and that is more expensive. Let's go back to the aim of Marie-Christine to rapidly cut out cost. During that 4-week period, Marie-Christine, Marco, a few air division colleagues and myself compiled a number of impact scenarios, from low to extreme. And as an example, low impact would mean that only a few airports would be closed. We calculated the cost implications and the service departure and arrival patterns. And the colors in the map, they indicate the difference of the arriving times compared to the existing situation. The size of the dots indicates the amount of the volume affected. And these scenarios, these show us the typical express trade-off between cost and service. The decision taken by the board was based on a low to medium impact scenario, with a particularly low impact on service levels. 12 out of 59 airports were closed and 1 new airport was opened. Naturally, it did result in higher pickup and delivery cost and higher air feeder van cost, but it also delivered fantastic air cost reductions. The net cumulative savings from 2008 to the end of last year were a total of 132 million. We were able to decommission 3 expensive aircraft and optimize use of the remaining fleet. And it ensured that despite declining volumes, our business could remain profitable during the financial crisis. After this success, we decided to model the road supply chain of TNT Express as well in the Delta model. This was used to support further strategic management board decisions. For example, in TNT's Vision 2015 strategy, this model was used to show that it was not beneficial to split the parcel and the freight flows in the express supply chain in Europe. So how were we able to develop all these tools that led to the magnitude of the global optimization program? A modest start in the years prior to 2008 definitely helped. And the development of an optimization suite for particular supply chain elements enabled us to move fast, be successful, and get the trust of the board. The communities of practice played a key role in developing and deploying the range of Go solutions. And to introduce you to the thinking behind the COPs, let me tell you a little story. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was asked to do it. And everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did. Somebody got angry because it was everybody's job. And everybody knew that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that somebody wouldn't do it. And it ended up that everybody blamed somebody because nobody did what anybody could have done. We developed the communities of practice to avoid that nobody did what anybody could have done. And the concept has proven its worth. A COP is made up of a number of specialists from big operating units, suppliers, and universities. The COPs meet 3 times per year and exist in each of our supply chain areas. Their purpose is to identify, to discuss, and to exchange. Let's look specifically at the COP for networks and the development of the trans planning solution for road line haul. With the COP, we discussed the solution and generic functionality that is required in road line haul. All actions and decisions taken are immediately fed back to senior management for approval. And so, functionality defined in one COP can often be shown as a prototype in the next COP and then released in a subsequent COP. And to build all the goal solutions, we use this step-by-step approach, and so that we can keep up with the user's learning curve and with the quality of data. And let's look at a short introduction of trans.
Having an extensive transportation network means that we need to efficiently plan the trucks that transport our volumes. Ideally, we want our trucks to follow the best possible routes and to leave and return fully loaded. To achieve this, we need reliable tools that support this process. Trans is a state-of-the-art optimization solution for our network planners. It contains a number of modules to correct over- and underutilization of trucks, to construct logical routes for vehicles, and to check the status of the final delivery. Trans ensures cost savings, better service, and a limited carbon footprint. It's as simple as that.
Customers can choose one of the road services as a cheaper alternative to air network services. I'd like to explain our road terminology, which is different from the air terminology, on the basis of the Italian network. A route describes the flow of goods from the origin depot to the destination depot with timings included. In the example, you can see a route travels from Turin to Florence in Italy, via the hubs of Piacenza and Bologna, starting at 7 p.m. in Turin and being at 6 a.m. in Florence. A path is simply a route and only describes the routing. And a tour is the route traveled by a particular vehicle during the day. And of course, in more complex networks, this may stretch across several days. A movement is part of the tour and has a starting time and a from and to location. Maybe you are wondering why TNT Express uses these type of so-called hub and spoke systems. And let's look at 2 extreme examples. In a cost-effective network, vehicles depart as soon as they are fully loaded. It may take a few days before a vehicle can depart, because daily point-to-point flows are small in express networks. This results in low service offering. In the other extreme, a vehicle always drives between 2 depots once a day. And with this system, service levels are achieved, but at high cost, because it's likely that the vehicle capacity is not fully utilized. By using hubs, we are able to find the right balance between the 2 extremes and make a trade-off between cost and service. Trans came about as a result of our first domestic network optimization project in Italy in 2005. The network planners were originally working with multiple spreadsheets, and they were planning 120 depots, 10 hubs, and almost 1,000 trailers per night. Initially, we only graphically viewed the results from combining existing data sources. And from the early trans screenshot examples, you can see, for example, the net flow out of depots and how the network looked at that time. What is so difficult about checking the service in an express network? In a country like Spain, for one service, you already have to check more than 110,000 routes. That's why it's virtually impossible to check these routes using spreadsheets. With the service capability analyzer output, the planners modify the movement slightly and then they run the analyzer again. The graphical view of the results certainly helped to raise planner confidence in the system. And if you look at the slide and focus on the blue pins, you will see the results of improving the one-day service from the depot in Barcelona to the rest of Spain. The routing module in trans determines over and underutilization of movements in the network to transport all the goods from all origins to all destinations. The routing module uses a small branch and bound procedure. It calculates the number of feasible routes for each origin-destination combination based on a number of user-defined criteria. You see a small example in the yellow part. In this way, we can help the planners with deciding when a movement should depart. And that can be based on a full truck, it can be based on that the volume is complete, and it can be based on service. In large networks, I can tell you, this is really a complex task. And it's completely different from air networks. As an illustration, let me take you through some of the screenshots of trans. The blue dots in this example show that there is insufficient road line haul capacity at a number of locations. The planner can resolve this by adding additional movements with specific timings. This screenshot shows the average utilization of outgoing movement from Piacenza. Green lines indicate utilization above 70%. Red lines indicate below 40%, and orange is somewhere in between. And it's this information that supports the planner to increase efficiency by combining underutilized lines. You may well have noticed that we have gradually increased the complexity of our tools as our company has matured and the data quality has improved. With the Service Capability Analyzer and the routing module, we have been able to generate the highest amount of savings. But there are more modules, which have been discussed in our paper. Trans allows the planners to easily switch between the various models to create a low-cost, high-service planning. And to the best of our knowledge, Trans is the absolute unique tool in the world. As in any new implementation or process change, we did encounter challenges. First and foremost was the issue of data quality. A typical Tran runs uses a massive amount of data. Data about locations, distances, driving times, movements, tours, volumes between all the points, and then by service, and not to forget cost. Due to visualization checks in Trans, we could correct the errors in the underlying databases. Further harmonization of functional requirements for so many countries was definitely a challenge. And we have puzzled quite a lot before we found a general framework that would suit all countries in Europe. The Trans solution has been implemented in many countries, especially those with larger networks. While the estimated development and deployment effort is around €2.5 million up to now, the general benefits easily outweigh this figure. €48 million accumulated in the years 2008-2012, and a CO2 reduction of 44 million kilograms. I'd now like to introduce to you Davide Ghiotti, TNT Express Network Manager in Italy, who will share with us his personal experience with Trans.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me start saying that managing a line-haul network with more than 7,000 movements a week is a tough job. And I was glad when I had the opportunity to start the pilot with Trans in 2005. And I've worked with Trans since the beginning of its development. At that time, I used it for tactical plannings. Nowadays, I have incorporated Trans in our regular planning process. My team is now much more proactive. It is fast and effective in daily and weekly planning. Trans makes it easy to visualize our planning on maps. In combination with its additional modules, it helps us to find many small improvements. The accumulated savings achieved by Trans in Italy in the last 4 years are more than 7 million euros. Let me say also that change management has been the hard part. Involvement and commitment of people with the right mix of skills is fundamental. Of course, being a graduate from Go Academy myself really helped. I would like to invite Marco Hendricks, Director of Strategic Operations and Infrastructure, to explain about the Go Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like to start with a short video to illustrate how we developed and organized the Go Academy.
The Go Academy is a state-of-the-art operations training program. It's all about learning to optimize TNT supply chain.
The Go Academy is all about blended learning. It combines various learning methods in a highly interactive way.
In the Go Academy, we bring the people to the frontier of knowledge in their own area. That can be operations, it can be standardization, and that can be optimization.
It's much more than a university. It's more a community.
The networking opportunity of the Go Academy is immense, because you've got 30, 40 people from such diverse areas within the business.
You're not going to call someone an ops director or an engineer. You say, hey, hi, Pete or Nick, how you doing?
In our industry, the Go Academy is unique. None of our competitors have this.
We have run through the business plan of 2011 and done the update of Q1. It's good to see that the countries that have got the Go Academy supply chain masters or graduates on these projects come up with the best results.
The graduates of 2011.
So Go Academy gave us definitely confidence in our future. So guys, thank you. And thank you all having us here. Thanks.
First of all, congratulations to all of you, having gone through this very difficult, long training program. I just want to say that the Go Academy was started 3 years ago, and this is probably the best program that we have designed in TNT. That is really an investor in people approach.
What triggered us to start such an ambitious program? The main reason was effectiveness and impact. What you are looking for when you initiate a new project is that you have to explain the principles of optimization only once, instead of over and over again. Also, you want to prevent resistance to change from the different operating units. The main objective of the Go Academy is to train employees in optimization principles and broaden their views without turning them into mathematicians. We want to create a global network of talented staff that is able to standardize and implement optimization solutions. In fact, ambassadors who understand that it may be necessary to increase cost in one part of the supply chain in order to make significant savings in other parts. We use various teaching methods at the Go Academy, and one of them is an express supply chain game which is called the Go Game. Every new student plays the Go Game, and so did the Express board as well. The game contains typical supply chain trade-offs. It has been a great help in understanding fact-based analysis and managing the expectations of our people. The Go Academy training program takes over a period of 2 years for a selected group of high potentials from all over the world. And it consists of 6 modules. The first module focuses on customers and their supply chain. The second module zooms in on strategic optimization and typical trade-offs in infrastructure design. In the third, we focus on tactical transportation, theory of networks and the trans tool, and on our solutions for pickup and delivery. In module 4, we look at the specific ways of working in depots, hubs and airports. In fact, participants learn about production systems, new concepts and mechanization. We believe that managing change is essential for successful optimization. The completion of the master case is the final module. A master case is an analysis followed by a recommendation of a real business case sponsored by senior management. A big event within our company is graduation day, where students defend their master case. After their graduation, students earn the title of supply chain master. These supply chain masters now speak the same optimization language and become part of a global alumni network of experts. Today, as we speak, in the Netherlands, starts the Academy's 5th cohort. It means that the Go Academy has now trained about 200 employees from all over the world in optimization principles. It is this kind of development that has made optimization famous at TNT Express. The Go Academy benefits are numerous, and thanks to the supply chain master cases, it has been an impressive return on investment. To create a continuous learning framework and ensure the quality of academic content, TNT Express established a partnership with the University of Tilburg and TIAS Nimbus Business School. Let's have a look at what the Dean of TIAS Nimbus, an international top-ranked business school, has to say about the Go Academy.
The mission of TIAS Nimbus is to contribute to society through personal and organizational development. We have a division that deals with company-specific programs where we do programs that are tailor-made for our organization. And so in that context, TNT approached us to develop what has become ultimately a very unique, very innovative program, the Go Academy. Through this partnership, we were able to combine our academic expertise and knowledge together with our practical needs. The program has brought experts from around the world, thinking more about the system, more about the supply chain, and of course, ultimately, you could say they all speak one same language that ultimately have saved the company millions. Speaking about organizational impact, here is a good example of that. We are very proud that the program has been nominated for that. That reflects well on the partnership and all the things that we are trying to achieve together with a program like that.
I would now like to hand the floor again to Chris Goossens for some concluding remarks.
The Go program is not merely a tool or a project. It's a global change program, and it's aimed at enhancing decision-making at all management levels within the organization. By applying the Go program within TNT Express, we have been able to balance cost and flexibility more effectively, while still maintaining our strong focus on customer service. Operations research has improved our agility and our capacity to handle volatile demand and oil price fluctuations. It has enriched our decision-making, and we have developed a toolkit that functions completely, last and not least, within the Go program. It has been applied and implemented by our own people, and that is probably the strongest part. The developers of the program have worked very hard, but the largest compliment should go to our employees in the operating units and in the center, because ultimately they are the real drivers of optimization. The Go program has not only delivered cost savings, it has also contributed to increasing our sustainability. Although we have been the super sector leader in the transportation category of the Dow Jones Sustainability Index for a number of years, the GO program enabled us to further reduce CO2 emissions by 283 million kilo. In other words, the CO2 equivalent of 1,000 trucks traveling the Earth 7 times around. Introducing a global optimization program is an intense process. I can say to anyone who likes to try it at home, there are some challenges ahead. One of the key challenges has been to convince people to trust and implement the Go tools. The insights gained from optimization projects are sometimes too different from people's perceptions. Furthermore, making the benefits traceable can sometimes be challenging. Many variables change between the start and the end of a project, while cost savings may imply a budget decrease in a subsequent year. To summarize, challenges? Yes, but by acting as a team and focusing on the goal, we can overcome them. With the GO program, we're now better equipped to develop new capabilities and assimilate optimization knowledge. We can demonstrate our commitment as investor in people with responsible senior management leadership. It's important to point out that most of our tools can be easily transported, even to other organizations. TNT Express became the first corporate partner of the World Food Programme and has continued to commit its logistical skills and know-how ever since. WFP provides food aid to more than 90 million people in over 100 countries, and their staff attends our Go Academy. Go tools have been used on several improvement projects. One example is a school feeding project in Liberia, where World Food was able to save 10% on distribution costs, which enabled them to continue the project despite budget cuts. For our learning platforms, such as the COPs and Go Academy, we have received lots of interest from a high number of other European organizations. The Go program has brought value to TNT Express in a multitude of ways. Beside ongoing cost savings, as mentioned before, 207 million over 4 years, from optimizing our supply chain, we've enhanced our decision-making and developed new capabilities to improve and extend our customer service. With the COPs and the Go Academy, we have new ways to build and share knowledge across our organization. It supports our 2 key focus areas for the future: the continuous development of skills and competencies, and to promote innovation. Looking ahead at the intended merger, both UPS and TNT are strong believers in the added value of operations research, which will become a strong enabler during the integration process. Our capabilities are complementary and will therefore create a unique global platform to enhance our respective optimization capabilities. I would like to thank you all and the jury for their attention, and once again say how pleased we are for being a finalist for the Franz Edelman Award. The recognition has been a great incentive that I would like to share and dedicate to everyone at TNT Express.
The GO program. Developing, optimizing, saving, and learning.